All right, Miss Mama. So we are doing some free mini coaching sessions just to give you guys an idea of what it is that I do. If you're looking to work with me, this is kind of what I do now. This is something that's going to be mini, so I'm not going to get into a bunch of detail. But these people have sent me over their profiles and they have given me the top 3 things that they want to focus on. Now, Miss Beauty by Yanni, you done gave me about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things that you want to focus on, but we're going to pick some of those out. So one of the things is starting an LLC. Now, I will tell you, in regards to starting an LLC, that's pretty easy. All you want to do is go to the Secretary of State website in your state. We're in the same state, Illinois, so Illinois Secretary of State. Fill out the online LLC application. It's $150 to set up. And sometimes there's some verbiage there that you may not understand, but all you have to do is go to YouTube or Google and, any areas that you're confused, you can always type that in. Also, you can literally go into the office and they will help you there if you need a lot of help, but I definitely don't think you should pay anybody to do that. You can do it yourself for sure. If you could do this level of nails and these lashes, you can definitely fill out LLC paperwork, okay? Because what you're doing is much harder than that. So you're saying you want to reach a bigger audience and hit bigger engagement. And one day you like to become a lash supplier. Also, you want to grow on social media and you want to charge your worth. So I would ask you, why are you looking to hit bigger engagement? What in that to you, is making you more money or is developing your lash clientele? Because when I'm looking at your page, I'm seeing, okay, we got 11,000 followers. That's a lot of people. You can only fit about 100 people into a clientele, right? If you're working 40 hours a week, but about 100 people, maybe a few more, but it's going to be about 100, right? And that's assuming they're coming back every 2 weeks, right? So you have 11,000 people. And all these people said, hey, Beauty by Yanni, I like what you do. I am following you because I want to see you. I want to see what you got to offer. So instead of, and I'm not saying that we don't want to grow our audience. Absolutely we do. The more, the merrier. But also let's think about working more and retargeting the audience that we already have, because these people already like you. So it's kind of easier to get them to sign up for something that you offer because they've already told you from following you that, hey, I like what it is that you're doing. So I already went through your reels and I think they're good. I think you get quite a bit of engagement. Look at these numbers, 761, 14,000, overall, it seems like you get some pretty good engagement. It seems that you are pretty consistent also, with posting your content. So kudos to you. I would say that you might want to think about really messaging more to potential lash clients, because I'm not a nail tech. And even though I am an esthetician, I don't do facials. So I can't really give you a whole lot of feedback there. But when I'm looking at least at your lash posts, I would say, to be honest, they speak more to lash artists, right? We're talking about lash tweezers and stuff. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because you said that one of your goals is to become a lash supplier. So that's cool. Make that content too. But in these posts, you also want to really be messaging your possible client. So how do you do that? You unveil value. What is it that you offer that is uniquely different? How are you a solution to their problem? If I am in Chicago and I'm looking for a lash artist, how are you the solution to my issue, right? Whether that be location, whether that be the hours that you service, what hours that do you work? I do know from experience that typically lash artists who are home-based, you guys have more flexible hours. So maybe I work as a police officer, and I work a crazy shift, right? I want to be able to go to someone at 6 a.m. Maybe I worked an overnight. I get off at 5:30. I want to be able to go to someone at 6 a.m. I see as a lash artist that you're home-based. I know from experience from coaching home-based lash artists that a lot of the times, I'm not saying that you do, but it's just an example, but that a lot of the times you guys will work more extended shifts because you are at home and you have more flexibility to do so. So that may be something that you want to market towards. You want to be answering their problems, because here's the thing about engagement. Engagement will lie to you. I have worked with lash artists who have hundreds of thousands of following, right? And they sell supplies, they do all of the things, they do the training, and the branding is beautiful. And honestly, they do way better than me at digital marketing. So I super respect it. I do, however, know that just because you have a big brand, just because you have a lot of engagement, just because a lot of people like you, that does not always convert to dollars. What converts to dollars is solving problems for your target audience. If your target audience are lash clientele, then you want to be completely obsessed with solving their problems, and you also want to make sure that as you're posting, that you're presenting those solutions, right? Because this speaks to me as a lash artist, but if I'm a lash client, I've never seen lash extensions before, not until like now, when I'm seeing like the full face, like, okay, like I'll see like a before and after, like, okay, you're cute now. Like before, maybe you look tired, you don't have your lashes on. After, okay, you're looking cute. Maybe you're telling them that, hey, maybe you went to lash artists before. I'm going to show you how I isolate. I'm going to show you how I make sure that I take care of your natural lashes, right? Like, so let's walk through this process. And then I'm going to show you how I'm able to get a full set, but they're still super light. So are you looking for dense lashes? Are you looking for mega volume, but worried that they're going to be heavy, worried that they're going to be painful? Let me show you the Beauty by Yanni way, and how I make sure that I avoid all of those concerns. So I would say absolutely keep all of the information, especially because you want to become a lash supplier at some point. So keep all the information that you have about, continue to put that into your content, but also use that content to make sure that you are appealing to the needs of your lash clients, and you're using your your content to service their needs, right? So that's like kind of the thing that we have to shift. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, if you get 200 views, and I'm not saying that should be your goal. I definitely think 2 million is the goal. But I also want to kind of like reverse engineer the mindset. Because say, for instance, you got 246 views on something. But if 5 of those 246 were possible lash clients, right, and it really spoke to them and evoked some emotion and made them want to book you, then that is a quality piece of content. So you don't always need more. Let's make sure that we're giving more to the people that we have as we're also growing more, right? Because you don't have to do one or the other. Like, yes, continue to make high engaging content, because obviously the more faces, the better. But also, while you're doing that, let's continue to make content that speaks to our target audience right now. And a part of your target audience right now are lash artists. So we have to create content that speaks to them. So now, okay, so charging your worth. If you want to charge your worth, you just got to charge it. So there's no building up to that. Like, you need to establish what your prices are, and you have to go from there, right? You can work backwards. If what you're saying is you're looking for a more premium clientele who are willing to pay those prices, then you have to be solving more premium problems for that clientele. So a premium clientele, and this is like, there are multiple different things that define them. A lot of the times it'll be women who are more detailed, right? So women who are looking for something very specific, because I will say the dollars are in the details. So someone who is looking for something like super specific, like, I want an open eye and I want it to look like this. Can you do this? I want it to perfectly fit my face. I don't want you doing no freestyle, no weird mapping. Like, I want it to just be like perfect from my eye. Can you do that? And you'll be like, yeah, okay, cool. And I am willing, because I'm looking for something very specific. I don't want just anything. I'm willing to pay you $200 and $250 and $300 because you're able to provide me that, right? Typically, your more premium clients, they're going to want details. So you're going to have to present yourself, one, as an expert, right? So that's why you also have to talk to clients. You have to position yourselves in their mind as an expert lash artist, because experts in anything get paid more money, right? Like, I'm gonna get paid more if I'm an expert. If you go to the nail salon and they're like, oh, this is our master nail tech, and then over here, this is our new person that just came off the street. Now, we don't know which one is better, but like, that word master or that word expert, we always know that they're probably better, and typically you're going to be willing to pay more to someone who is perceived to be better. So you have to position yourself as an expert lash artist, right? At whatever capacity you have, right? Or whatever level you are. So if you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, because I don't know how long you've been lashing, however many years you've been lashing it, you need to be an expert at that place as you're continuing to grow to be a master. And you might already be a master, I don't know, but this is just me kind of giving you, some tips and tricks and feedback on that. So, and then, right, so they're going to be more detailed. So you're going to have to be doing detailed sets. You're going to have good mapping and like good messaging, showing them like, oh, I created this custom lash style specifically for my client's eyes. You want to like a Beauty by Yanni set. It's not just any set, right? It's not just going to buy a suit from the store. This is going to buy a suit, then getting it tailored specifically for you. That is what I do at Beauty by Yanni. So if you're specific, okay, and you want to get this tailored, because plenty of people wear pants and they just put a belt on. But then there's a group of women who they're going to take their clothes to the tailor because they're going to get them to fit exactly how they want. So you have to appeal to them. You have to look at that person. You need to write down who is your ideal client. What is your ideal price point? What does she look like? What does she smell like? What does she wear, right? How am I able to attract her? What is it that she's looking for in a client? And how can I position myself to be what she's looking for? And how can I use my social media marketing to communicate that? Okay, so now let's get all up into this page, honey. Okay, so I'm assuming, okay, as me, and what is that other one that everybody like? I can't think of it. But all of these, right? So my issue with this, one, if someone comes to your Instagram and they're looking through stuff and you sold them, right? So now they're going to your booking site like, okay, I like this girl. Let me check out like exactly where she's located. Let me see what her prices are, like what different services she has. And then let me see what her hours are and to see if they work with my schedule, right? What is her next availability? So you've already done the hard work of getting to the booking site. Because the booking site is like, it's like when you run in the race and you can see the ribbon, you like, oh my God, three more steps to take. I'm right there. I'm not going to give up. That is the booking site. You've already ran the track, right? You just got like 3 more little pushes to get to the freaking gold. So we got to look at it like that. And this is nothing against you. I think that this has just gone, this is just what's happening in lashing right now. And everybody, it's kind of like, oh, this is what, I should be doing. Now, for me, I don't think this is what nobody should be doing because I'm coming to your website to book you for lashes. But look, it's like so much text. It's 3 a.m. I just got off. I'm a nurse. I've been like taking care of patients all day. Like, I just don't even, I'm tired. I'm in my car. I'm like, oh, I want to get my lashes done. I look in the mirror like, oh my God, I want to get my lashes done. I look a mess. Like, I'm working like 12 hours because nurses, CPD, all those people, they work a lot of hours, right? Gym people, there's so many niches that you can really target, right? They work a lot of hours. They look tired. So the one thing that really makes your face look different and the thing that really makes you feel good is having your lashes done. It just brightens you up, right? So I'm a nurse, right? I just got off. I'm looking in the mirror like, ooh, girl, you look tired. Like, and I'm trying to get you to look cute, okay? Like, I might feel tired, but I want to look cute. I want to look in the mirror and be like, okay, you kind of fine, right? So, I want to get some lashes done. And I'm scrolling. Oh, okay, Beauty by Yanni. Okay, boom. And she do nails, so I can get my nails done and my lashes done. Oh, and she do facial, so I could get a glow, then get my lashes done, then get my nails done, and I don't have to go anywhere. Oh, and she has like flexible hours, and she's in Chicago. Cool. So got all that from your from your Instagram page. And now I'm having to do all this scrolling and all this reading and all this before my appointment and this and that. And by this time it's 3 a.m, I'm tired. I don't want to do all this reading. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just come back to it. And then I forget to come back to it. So you did all this work to get this person to your booking site, and then they get to this booking site and it's just too much. It's overwhelming. And then my whole point of a booking site is to get people to book, right? It is not an ebook, right? And a lot of people, and I'm not saying this anything towards you, this is something that I see all the time. This is something that I coach on a lot. And this is something like if you do want to get into being a lash supplier that you're going to need to understand about e-com too. So people go to websites or they're going to like your booking site to book you. They've already seen your social media. They already know who you are, blah, 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 blah. They're going to book and see just any like remaining details. So this is just too much. It's overwhelming. And look how much I'm trying and I'm having to scroll to even get down to the lashes. Now, I get that you do a lot of other services, so there may be a way that you might want to, I mean, honestly, you might want to pick a different booking site platform, because there are other platforms that will highlight your services. Like, instead of it being like service by service, like you have to scroll and see all of them, there are other booking sites that will allow you to say like nail services, facial services, waxing services, and then lash services, so you don't have to like scroll through everything. And then you click on whatever tab, and then it'll pop up all the different services that you offer in each category. Because this is a bit much. Even to be honest, even if I was looking to come to get my nails done, I think this much scrolling to even get to the nails, like that would lower conversion. And if anybody's wondering what conversion means, it's like people that you actually convert. Like someone who is just looking through, they're not converted until they actually book something, pay a deposit, and now they are like on your books, right? So you don't know how many people come to your site and are overwhelmed, because people scroll on the internet at like random times, 6 in the morning, 7 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever. Everyone has like a different schedule. Sometimes you're tired or something may happen. This is just too much to do, especially when you've already worked like really hard to get them to your site. Okay, so I would play around with that. Then you didn't ask about this, but I'm going to give you some feedback on this. You are losing a lot of money with how you have your services and your prices set. And when I'm saying losing money, I'm not saying that, oh my God, I want to like raise your prices like 40%, or I want to take you from $85 to charge at $200. No. I'm saying that I can tell that with this, you may not have known exactly what strategy to use when you set this. And because of that, it is costing you money. So even with the current clients, and that's another reason why for me, I know, and I think it's super logical to think that to make more money or to get more clientele, like the first, like next thing we should do is to focus on getting people engaged and like building a bigger audience, right? But the thing is, if what you're saying is you want to make more money right now, the next best thing to do, and I'm not saying don't focus on growing your audience, absolutely, right? But the next best place to focus your attention, because like you're lashing, you're waxing, you're facialing, you're nailing. So the focus that you have, right, it's not going to be like you have 8 hours a day to focus on this stuff, right? So we want to focus in priority. And that's priority of what will make us the most money right now, the soonest, right? And learning to do digital marketing, yes, that's going to make you money, but the learning process, that's also a process. Then you have to experiment, see what works. So that takes a little bit more time. So we want to do that for sure. But the next best thing that we can focus on would be to look at where we are throwing away money. And I don't see anybody teaching that, and that's something that I've really mastered. So one, I don't know how long you have been lashing. I'm not sure. But I would say if it's taking you 3 hours to do a natural set, I would definitely probably go and get like some refresher training. If you want to come to me, like, go for it. But I would definitely get some refresher training, because even me, right, I would say, even if I wasn't a lash artist, I am someone who is a seasoned lash wearer. I was wearing lash extensions before I ever even thought to do lash extensions. So I know that 3 hours is a long time. So say you get someone, right, and they're like, oh, I love what she does. She's located close to me. Her availability is perfect. And they've been getting lash extensions. And their lash artist was able to do their full set, hour 45, hour and a half. If they see 3 hours, that is going to be kind of off-putting. To me, that would let me know that you're a little bit more beginner. And as I've said before, more beginner, you're going to get like a different clientele. Now, and I get everybody has to start where they have to start. But I would say definitely work on getting this down. Like a full set is, you can do like a full set in an hour and a half for sure. You can do a full set in 2 hours, just depending on what you're doing. Like I would say a mega volume like should probably take no more than 2.5. And that's like also something that's like 2.5 is also something that's requiring like, okay, you want them wispy, I got to do all this detail, blah blah blah. But you definitely want to look at this. And then also, yeah, you want to. I will look at this, and then the pricing is not right because at $3, at $75 at 3 hours, you're only making $25 an hour, right? So like as a lash artist, I don't think any lash artist should make anything under $50 an hour. Also, you cannot price though at 3 hours. Like you are gonna have to get faster at this, but the way that this is set, like the times, the prices, 2 to 3 week fills. No, it's 2 weeks, it's 3 weeks because in that 7 days, things look very different. At 14 days, and then what's after 14? 21 days. A 14-day fill looks different from a 21-day fill, and one of them takes less time, one of them takes more time. So this, no. And then also, what I'm looking at, so a full set is 3 hours. Your highest full set is 120. But then your refills are also 3 hours, right? So there's a lot of mismanaging your time. So for someone like you who seems like you really want to like grow just overall in the beauty field, like you seem very consistent, like not lazy, like I see you doing your thing, and you also seem very talented. So like I hope you don't take any of this like offensively because it's not offensive at all. For someone like you who really seems like you're like putting your all in to get down the right path to success, and also someone who is actively saying that they are wanting and needing to make more money right now, this is where you need to focus. Like for sure. Like you need to focus on getting these times down, and you need to set this up a lot more strategically, like a lot more, because you are losing a lot of money. And the problem is you don't even charge enough to be able to afford to lose, right? Because at $25 an hour, you need to just do nails because you quicker at this. And you know what I'm saying? Like it seems like your nail sets are quicker, you making more money. So why even do lashes? But if what you're saying is that you want to be in the lash industry, well, let's get you up to speed here. Because this is your biggest money pit right now. If you don't post another thing for the next 2 weeks and you fix this, right? Or if you post 3 times a day for the next 2 weeks, and then let's say you fix this, you're going to make more money here because these are the people that you already have, right? So I would say this is what I would fix. Hopefully that was helpful to you. If you are interested in any coaching or anything with me, this is what I do. So I take your business and only the part of your business that is lashing. I don't focus in other areas just because that's not my area of expertise. But I take your lash business and we completely break it down and we rebuild it with strategy systematically so that you are maximizing. Because my lash techs, they make the same amount of money every minute. So if these are both 3 hours, they got to cost the same. Because you would not go to no job and be like, hey girl, you can pay me $25 an hour for like the first 3 hours. Then 5 hours later, you can pay me $17. You gonna look at them like they're crazy. Like, well, girl, I'm gonna leave after the first 5 hours because why would you pay me $25 an hour and then $17? But in the lash industry, in the beauty industry, we do that to ourselves all the time because we're not looking strategically at this. Like, we have to break this down as a science, right? And we rebuild it into like a freaking lash machine. And that's where you see your profits. That is where you see your money. And I would say I would focus there right now. I know that you want to become a lash supplier, but for right now, it seems like you need to work on, and I'm not saying give away that goal for sure. Continue to like make stuff that relates to lash artists, but your next best focus is to become a great lash tech. Because here's the thing about being a great lash tech. One, you're going to attract more clients. But then two, you're going to attract more lash artists because they're going to like your work. And they're naturally going to want to see or want to know what it is that you're doing or what it is that you're using. So by demonstrating your products, they're already going to buy them. So the key in all of this is becoming a great lash artist. And then also, I want you to become great, but also paid. Because there's a lot of great lash artists that are not that well paid because they don't have this set up. So what we would do would be to completely break this down, reset this up, and give you some better like scripts, focuses, different things on appealing to your target clientele which are lash artists, like really showing you how to write your captions, like how to talk to them, how to use your stories to engage them. Because it's also not just about posts, like it's a lot about stories. I use my stories a lot. Now, I actually just like to talk a lot for sure, but I use my stories a lot to engage, and not only engage saying like likes or shares, but to really engage people into my content, into my offering, into my expertise. And if what I'm saying is resonating with them, then I'm selling through my stories, right? So we want to make sure that you're doing all of those things. And that is, my dear, what I teach. But yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, honey, we're losing a lot of money here. We fix this, you'll be making more money every single day. So I hope that was helpful. Bye, home girl.